The investigation dates as far back as September, and the NYPD has had the investigative findings since October 14th. There's a high-ranking official in the NYPD who has a record of trafficking and bigotry so blatant that it would shock the conscience of most decent New Yorkers. This person publishes on a public messaging board known as Law Enforcement Rant, and under the name, the pseudonym Clouseau, and the Oversight and Investigations Unit, which I lead, uncovered the true identity of Clouseau, Deputy Inspector James Coble, who's the
Really
Equal
stupid like
Employment
Clouseau.
Opportunity Officer at the NYPD. So the cruel irony here is that the person who's in charge of fighting hate at the NYPD is actively trafficking in hate in every form.
Yeah, responsible for combating workplace harassment. I have to ask you, though, when you look
Isn't
at this
that
face
always the
value, right,
case?
and you look at
People are
this online
sick.
chat that was completely anonymous, how did you put it together that Clouseau was the deputy inspector?
He's stupid like Clouseau.
Clouseau was revealing private information that only Clouseau would know about himself. And we did our homework and we came to discover that Clouseau was in fact James Coble.
Biden just pulled ahead in Pennsylvania.
Them were too coincidental to be a coincidence.
That'll take him to 284.
NYPD on the same exact date. Both served in the Housing Bureau. Both had the youngest of 7 children. Have fathers who died after serving in the NYPD for 25 years and then retired as a sergeant.
People are stupid.
Both have mothers who died on the same date. Both proposed to their wives on the same date. These are highly specific.
Washington, D.C., Trump got 5% of the vote. God, that's crazy.
President Barack Obama,
I don't think
really
anybody's...
comments made about Bronx District Attorney Darcel Clark, amongst others. And I want to get to the response by the NYPD. They have since
this is Channel 11.
while this
Oh yeah, there it is.
out. The captain's union is going
What's today, the 5th?
Right now, saying that this could have been suggesting it was framed by somebody else. Is that even plausible?
There's no evidence that that's true. The evidence is overwhelming that Clouseau is James Coble, and our report was so persuasive that it led the NYPD to put him on modified duty. Now, I would argue that his behavior saw
These idiots cost the city millions of dollars in lawsuits. They're stupid people. Just keep your mouth shut and do the right thing.
In the Office of Equal Employment Opportunity.
Yeah, he's in charge of...
About the NYPD. Are you happy with their response right now?
He's an idiot. That's the way the world is run.
I'm dissatisfied with the response. He should be terminated. The evidence is sufficient to establish that
He's still got his job.
Comments that were racist and anti-Semitic and homophobic and Islamophobic. The fact that the most hateful person was put in charge of fighting hate at the New York City Police Department represents a real failure of due diligence.
That's why, that Pat Lynch, he says they're all behind Trump, though.
To the most rigorous background checks, and this demonstrates real failure on the part of the police department.
The NYPD just completed listening tours where they heard from different communities talking about this idea of community trust, right? They're also talking about
the king is dead. Long lives the king.
To have had in place back in April. They are still trying to meet deadlines regarding that. Where do you see the NYPD? Who holds them accountable? Right? Is it your unit within the city council?
I think the council has a role in overseeing the NYPD and holding the NYPD accountable, but ultimately
I got a ticket for riding my bike on the sidewalk, and I went down to you can't just pay it. I think this was back in 2003 or 2002. I think Giuliani was president, or Bloomberg was president of America or New York. But it's like there were only black people down there. There were no white people. It's like, are there any white people in the city? The only white people. One judge, a male judge, who looked like that guy from the Monopoly game. And then so 2 people on the bench, 2 judges, and a lawyer that represents everybody in there. So the lawyer was a white female, and the other judge was a white female, and the other judge was an older white man. People are sick. Sick country, man. But it comes from. It's always been like that, though. It's from Europe. That's why you had Hitler. Because these damn fools never learn. They just want to kill, kill, kill. And but that's why you're gonna have Hitler again. That's why they have to engage. They have to get Trump out, who I'm gonna miss because he was the entertainment president. But I thought they should, if they could, like if the Democrats, who are a bunch of Republicans themselves, though, if they would have won the House and the Senate, then you could leave.